Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Maybe? There it is. Okay. Oh, so hopefully, hanging out here, and plan is to work on the sides of Bariaus Valley today. I did want to make one note. I did make some adjustments to my audio settings. After doing a little bit of hobby research into stuff. So let me know if it sounds worse, better, different, same, you know, the normal stuff. But anyway, we're just gonna kind of get into here. We did a good portion of the tops of everything, all the tiles on the tops. And I would say that I am pretty happy with what we ended up with. So I don't think I'm going to change too much more. I also didn't really touch much of any of these sides over here, so I didn't really feel like it was needed to adjust any of this stuff. So, like I said, most of today is probably going to be around getting the sides to have topography that isn't crazy. I think I did a little bit of that work last time. I almost said yesterday. And then once that's finished, then move on to texturing and see if we can wrap it up. So hopefully everyone is having a solid Wednesday. Doesn't have to be good, just solid, you know? That's good enough. I've been having a really off week myself. I don't really know what it is with everything, but I just can't seem to kind of get out of I wouldn't really, maybe it's a funk. Maybe that's a good word for it. But I think it's mostly because my day-to-day work and thing is kind of, I wouldn't really call it samey or anything like that, but I really like to discover, that's really not the word for it. There's a lot about entertainment. That's probably a better way. Entertainment products that I wouldn't say is thought-provoking and interesting and makes me curious. Also, thank you for the save check, Nizer. Go ahead and toss that one in there. Really appreciate that. And when something kind of comes out that I'm really interested in, but I don't really get the chance to explore it for any, like, I guess, I don't know, just in general. Let's say like a game or some kind of music or video or some kind of piece, right? Sorry, we're listening to Diablo music. And Tristram started out pretty well, but Dungeon seems very spooky. So I guess it's kind of killing the vibe a little bit over here. But anyway, we're just gonna ignore that and let it continue on its weirdness. I'm just checking for stuff. I did see that right here. Our topography is very, very off. So we'll go ahead and adjust that. And I don't know, it's just been really weird. I don't know if it's like I don't have anything that is interesting to me, or just my day-to-day is pretty meh overall. Apparently I lied when I said that I didn't touch much of this spawn over here, because dang, I definitely did. Okay, so that definitely needs to be there, but this can just be a triangle. So, like, I was even kind of debating on, like, streaming tonight itself. Just because I'm just, the funk is really, it's really in there. And that crashed Ganesha. I wanted to see if I can recreate that. I wonder if that's trying to hold Alt while moving a pixel? You're welcome. Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, thank you. Coming in clutch for the save check, that is right. Okay, so I did this. Then I rotated. Not that way. That way. And we came in here. And I grabbed this. No. And then I grabbed that and moved it up. Weird. Well, that just goes to show you that save checks are still relevant. It's definitely not attempting to move it up through it. So that's interesting. I think I also moved that over there. This is the way, exactly. Still relevant. Yeah, and I don't really know. I guess the hard part is not knowing exactly like what's causing it. The gift from God. I love you guys. You guys are great. And like, I don't think it's. Job's okay. Job's fine. I mean, it's not really like. I don't really know how you can make, you know, loan origination software very, very entertaining in any way, shape, or form. So, I don't think that's cause at all, but just been so. I guess maybe it's like I want to do so much, but I have like such limited time, so something always has to be left in the wake. And I think that's the part that's getting to me. Yeah, that kind of feels a good way to express it, I think. Or at least the closest thing I can come up with in my brain. Yeah, yeah. And I honestly, that's the only reason that, outside of family and other things like that, that I'm not like always streaming. Is because I can't, without that, I need to recover on the days that I don't stream, because unfortunately I have to wake up to take my kid to daycare and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna get rid of this one and we're gonna reuse this over here. And when I'm low, like tired and things like that, I definitely have... I just gotta stream now. Get yourself to school. See you at 5 o'clock. That's funny. Definitely a lot of triangles going on here. That's for sure. It's a very complex setup, right? But I do, and there's a few other things that are like going on too. We did that research like last week or so, and got a response back after I provided the information, that unfortunately we need to provide more before anything else gets worked on. So we will most likely, I don't know if that's going to happen. A, because we already have a workaround. It's not like the most solid workaround in the world, but... And B, because I'd rather spend my energy a different way, I think, than doing that. And I think that's just the nature of things. Like, there are definitely people out there who get really interested in something, right? Really interested in it. They do a ton of work and stuff. And then once they... I don't know if it's like... The word would be like have their fill. Or... just get bored with it, maybe? I don't know. It's like, hey, it's fun learning all this cool stuff and a bunch of other things. And then move on to the next thing. And that is perfectly okay. It's kind of like, really whimsical, and it's definitely an interesting way to spend your time and enjoy what you have and learn lots of cool and new things. But of course, not everybody's like that. Some people find something that they like. For me, it's map making. I really enjoy this portion of it. I also enjoy like games and design and stuff like that. So I don't really see myself kind of moving away from doing a lot of this stuff. So when you kind of come into community and make a crazy cool impact. Why is there always really weird moaning in Diablo stuff? I get it's supposed to be spooky, but can we just atmospheric caves instead of awkwardness? Anyway, when you like make some crazy cool stuff and people use that stuff and then kind of show, it's kind of hard that since you lost interest, if they find something within the thing you made, I can see how hard it would be to attempt to get back in that mindset. To whatever detriment. Like it's not really some place you're kind of done with that place. You want to move on and you want to do your next new thing that you're working on. Even though, there are still a lot of people who are still doing the thing that you were doing before. So I get it. I definitely get that portion. It's a little disappointing, for me at least, that we spent some time not knowing that was the case. These sections on the top of the waterfall that are on the back side of the stone, should those also be stone? Like these ones right here? Sections on top of the waterfall. These ones right here. Oh, like these ones right here? Kind of like to fit with this stuff. Sections of the top waterfall that are on the back side of this. Like right here. Sections. Oh, like right there. Like these right here. That would make sense, actually. Yes. Yes, Nizer. Good, very good point. So we'll do that. We'll make them... It would only make sense, right? Like, why would they not be showing as stone? I also have to fix whatever the heck happened here. We're actually going to do that right now because it's kind of bothering me. Oh, they got removed. Oh, okay. What pallet ID is it? Pallet 4. Save check. Yeah, I did save. It's close. It's Diablo. Senna. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. So cool. We got that there. That all lines up everywhere it needs to go. And then I got this portion here going flows in there. I flow into this portion here. That flows there. So yeah, also, I was actually, getting ready for stream today, and I kind of had a really interesting concept, for Unexplored. Gotta figure out how to do these things right here. I'm gonna leave those alone for now and see what happens. Senna, spoilers. We don't. Here, I'll show you. I'll go ahead and save. Eating kanji space like candy. That's one way to do it. Okay, so this right here is Final Fantasy Tactics Clean ISO. Well, based off of Clean ISO. These right here are all the normal files within that. If you notice, there's a little plus sign next to that map. I'm going to click on the map. It's going to spin around and we'll think about stuff, and then the big old list is going to come up right here. And at the top of that list, is going to be something a bit different. It's going to be my... I can't read that, really, can you? I can't help that. It says Corey_alt. Within this file, these are all the custom versions of the maps, the alternate versions of the maps that I'm making. This is an expansion of the ISO itself. So all of the normal maps, or all the original maps for Final Fantasy Tactics, are on this ISO. But so there's a whole subsection that consist of my alternate versions. And there is a tool called Jus, or Juravi, however you want to say it, that creates this extra portion on the ISO itself. And then reference uses JavaScript code, I believe, to reference my files. I'll show that to you. Okay, so this is the code for, so it checks the mod and allows it to patch, creating the map directory within the ISO, and then it goes through and finds my files. And so here's the original map, O2, which is the back gate of Lasalia Castle, and then it maps the same one to my alternate version. So now when the game tries to call this map extension or this map file, it will actually reference my version instead. Yes, we're definitely using original map space, and replacing it with the alt version, but we're having both of them on the ISO. At the same time. And then, yes, there's also the Lion War, which went through and basically was like, there's a lot of unused space, or there's a lot of consolidation that can be done, just like Niser's saying there. And so we're going to take all of those things and kind of mash them down into one single portion, and then have a bunch of room for other people to build off of the base. We're going to remove ones that are referenced multiple times or unused portions of the game, and allow people to use those to make their mobs as well. What this allows is a lot of extra sprites in the game. Not specifically for like on your team, but maybe some enemy sprites or things like that, because it doesn't have to have like a formation screen one and a bunch of other things. It allows for more events space, so you can create your own events on top of that to have a lot of room there. It makes really things organized. There's this thing called the attack out, which is like how the formation. So it says, hey, this is the event that's called here. This is the map you use. This is the song you use. Here's the weather that gets called. Here's the formation the player is going to set, and a bunch of other things like that. It's called the attack.out on the actual ISO. And that has been reorganized and condensed, because I think each one had like 4 to it, but only needs 1 in the original, or something similar or in that vein. And so now you can do a bunch more with that portion and kind of address it in a way that allows. Yeah, there we go. So because he condensed the events, Elric and the Lion War team, they were able to adjust the attack out to be consolidated as well. I know that guy. There he is. There you go, yeah. And so, because of that, we are able to do quite a bit. Nicer's broken. So the biggest thing for me, though, is when we're talking about maps, right? Let's just take this one as an example. Go ahead and save in case I crash anything. So there is the primary version of the map. And this one doesn't actually have any states because it's its own thing, it looks like, which is really interesting. And there are a bunch of different types of arrangements, right? So there's a daytime. I didn't even have a night. I have the night. There's a nighttime version. There's a daytime version. There's different weather types. So there's like, if you do strong, I think there's like heavy rains and stuff like that. And a bunch of other very interesting portions there. And we can call those using that attack out portion that we were talking about. So what we can do is, let's say, I'm going to go ahead and save. And let me find this map. Okay, so there is quite a few unused maps in the game. So this one right here is the Gate of Limberry Castle, right? It has a bunch of different versions between a primary and secondary version. And what we can do is, if we noticed earlier when Dravis was like, hey, you reference these files and then reference them a different portion. What we can do is we can, if you look at, like, let's say nighttime, see how the file extensions change? What we can do is now we can have another texture and technically another map. So instead of day and night being day and night on the same map, we can have this be one map and night be another map, but still use that same file. We just reference the night version when we want to load that map up. So what that does is allows us to get more than, like, just the unused versions. All we do is access the unused states of each map. So, let's go even farther than that. So there is this one, which is, conversations between a few events take place here. So there are nighttime versions and other portions that are states of this one. I don't know if there's actually any weather one. There's weather ones too. Some states don't exist. But we can go through and actually do that. So we can reference different things with it, which is amazing. So, what that, it kind of opens the floor. The other really cool part is that instead of replacing a previous map, so like let's say you are doing an add-on to vanilla, so you need all of the original maps in the game, and then you want to add more maps onto that. Previously, you would probably have to replace like some unused ones or something like that. Where here, if we have the states, we can replace those, and these technically can be fought on, but aren't actually fought on in vanilla. So now you can set your own move find to these ones as well, because that allows you to, have move find items if you want to, or anything curious like that. So I found that really interesting and a really cool concept. So, enough of that lovely tangent, and we'll go back to making sure I have all the topography for everything done. The only thing that currently concerns me is this portion right here. I think I was going through and modifying. Yeah. No, hey, it all comes together to make some really interesting things, in my opinion. No need to apologize at all, in my opinion. So what we're trying to do here is get these rocks to be better distribution of the UV space. Because right now they're kind of wobbly. And I think that's just because that's the wrong size. And then the actual portion of that is smaller. So I think, yeah, this is better. And what that means is now that once we get this right, I can actually just copy it. Oh, no. I think it's good to share you know, that knowledge so they can reference it back or something like that in case anybody has any questions or anything of that nature going forward. I mean, it's one of those things where you want more done with the thing you love. And every time you've seen people come through and try to adjust it or remaster it or do a port, they don't really spend the time on it because they need to make money. They're a business. They're in the business of making a game that will make them money. And which means that they have limited resources and they can only do so much. And which is why we're here. And that's another thing, like, compared, you look at the War of the Lions version of Final Fantasy Tactics compared to the Tactics Ogre Let Us Cling Together version. And I agree, it was just confusing. Because, like, it didn't make any sense to not have a bunch of the things. Like, why wasn't a bunch of it remade? Why wasn't a bunch of the things that were removed from the game now included? Why wasn't it rebuilt from the ground up? And sort of improved upon, depending on the way you look at it. Yeah, depending on who you talk to, I guess. There are a lot of differences between some things they made harder and more tedious, and some things they cleaned up, and it's very different. There was a whole quote-unquote DLC for Tactics Ogre that they just included. It's arbitrary as hell to get to, and it's kind of ridiculous, but it's there, and it is hours of gameplay just added. And the only thing that, you know, yes, War of the Lions did add content. They added classes. They added items. They redid the translation. They did a lot of things, but they didn't. They kept most of it, like, in the basic portions intact, right? There was a lot of new content for the game, which was pretty crazy. Yeah, there's the Elise stuff, the basically the extra portion of the Beowulf Reese storyline. And but they kept most of, and they rebalanced it back to the previous stuff. Whereas in Tactics Ogre, they redid how all of the maps were made. They added a system to rewind. They rebalanced all of the classes so they're actually useful. even though archers are still broken. Yeah, they didn't restructure it, so it was a new game, right? Like they didn't recreate a new system with a new game with new UI and new stuff like they did with Tactics Ogre. That being said, Tactics Ogre has had that done to it multiple times. The Super Famicom version is different than the PlayStation version, and the PlayStation version is different than the PSP version. Like, those are more or less like 3 separate games with the same story-ish stuff. Except, you know, the PSP version has the most content and the most balanced, quote-unquote, version outside of modding and things like that. And it's just kind of baffling that the same treatment didn't get wasn't, you know, provided to Final Fantasy Tactics, even though both series are very, very beloved by for all the stuff that they did for the genre. I'm gonna figure out what to do with this portion here, because it's actually bigger. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just very confusing. I mean, I guess. It was more than maybe they had a budget for, or whoever was leading the project wanted to do, or something. There's got to be there's something that, as a business, it was decided that the same treatment was not going to be given to the version. And they took it another step further when they started doing mobile versions, right? Yeah. Yep, there's that too, huh? The rocks look much better now too. Go ahead and save that, since we've found a crash. Okay, where do we start working? Let's just start working up on the hill and then come back down. Okay, so that looks fine. Can this one be repeated? Without too many obvious weirdness? Would it look better in this pace? Yeah, I fully agree. It's a different color. I definitely feel something should have been done. Bariaus Valley. Hey, Jemza. Just throw them in it, cement block mafia style. Okay, so how is this? 7? Tinder swindler. No, I haven't seen the Tinder swindler. That sounds slightly frightening. It's a Ponzi scheme. Interesting. That's what's going on with me. That's funny. And like, I can't just use this palette, right? Like 10. Yeah, 10's all funky. I guess I could use something kind of like this, right? That could work. Yeah, he's definitely getting through. That's for sure. Slept most of the day. Man, I feel that. I feel that hard. I have definitely been weary, I guess is a good way to... describe. Yeah. That's the worst. See, what? That one works really well. Does it not work there? Well, I mean... Oh, okay. Yeah. That... I actually understand how that feels. pretty well, actually. So, at work, I got a request basically to output a value or trigger something based on if another portion or variable was not something. So when when normally you get these kind of requests, you want to have a list of things that when it outputs a specific value, right? So when it is like a specific state and a specific type of whatever and yada yada yada, then when it matches that criteria, you spit out this value, right? But for this one, I got the exact opposite. So I got like, if it is this, don't do anything. But if it doesn't meet this criteria, do something. And so I had the concept in my brain, but I had no way of like communicating it somewhere. And so I kind of like dawdled on it and then basically figured out a way for the program basically generates that list, right? And it checks through that entire list. It's very inefficient. I don't really know how to do it any other way because it's in reverse order. But when it goes through the list of things, it does them from the top of the data table to the bottom. And so what I did was I listed all the values out, and then I had the output be nothing. And then all the way at the bottom of the table, when it had cycled through and checked all of those points of data at the bottom, then it output what it was supposed to if it wasn't part of that list. And that ended up working pretty swimmingly. So it was very, very interesting to me that like that kind of thing. That was the way to do it. Trying to find out if there's a like so many of the ooh, there's one. I thought, is this the way? There we go. Look at that. Trying to fit this one in here somehow. Save check. Thank you. They've been very useful today, that's for sure. Okay, let's see if we can kind of try to recreate the same. I think that works out pretty well. Kind of gets that little shadow in there and everything. Okay, let's start working on this next portion. Excuse me. Definitely get the stone right, but the grass on it isn't definitely different. Oh yeah? That sounds fun. Oh yeah, that guy. That one gives you some... I think I remember Joker playing that one. I'm trying to remember what you got from it. I think it's a... Yeah, I think it's a pretty good reward. Is that the Grim Reaper looking one? Or is it a different? Yep, okay. Yeah. The reward for that one is very good. In my opinion. All party attacks, yeah. I think the rogue has an ability where if it's the bottom threat, and an attack hits your whole party, it will always miss the rogue. And there's also eye gouge too. Those are very strong. Very strange. That's fun. That seems fun. Okay. I actually like these better than... Let's go back to this. So that worked because it was mostly grass. What if we did it mostly grass here? It doesn't work because it doesn't match the color value. It's like the closest was the actual 10, right? Because it used a lot of the same colors. Just not in the right way. Which is why this worked out. It doesn't work out though. It looks too dark. Hydrate. Thank you. I'm rethinking my texture for the third time. So basically, I didn't really miss anything. This kind of just makes it look like it flows. The grass is still on the stone. Excuse me. So it needs some kind of transition. To the darker version. See, that matches. It just looks really weird. Adds character to the match. Oops. There we go. Potato top. Yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to do is get it to, like, I hate this in the way. Trying to get it to flow well, right? Which is hard because you're trying to work with, like, multiple colors. And you can't just, like, make it work. So it gets a little weird. Because in the original map they used, you know, this. They used just the pure stone. Which I could see. Yeah, the biggest thing is trying to get it so it doesn't look like a 3D object. Like a 3D separate piece object. It's supposed to look like one flowing piece of ground, not... So that's why, like, when we were going through here, we were trying to get, like, the grass and everything to match, and attempting to get it to flow as best we could with what we had, so you can't, like, see the standout, like, tiles. And it's gonna be tough. It is not something that will come naturally for this. That's the right size. Why is that smaller? That's weird. While I was there, I should just put it in this portion. But yeah, it was nice to see you, Odin. I know this isn't, like, gameplay or anything like that, but nice to see you around even when I'm not doing that kind of stuff. I appreciate it. No, yeah. um, yeah, it's not really something that's like, hey, here's how you do this kind of thing. It's just kind of hoping for the best. I'm sure there's like a 100% easy way to do it, but I don't know it yet. I'm gonna get a slice on there every single time. Did we finish Diablo? We did. Okay. What do I want to listen to? Should we try some? Uh, no, this has got a lot of short ones. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna try again. Trying to find soundtracks that don't have a lot of like short pieces. Okay. There. This one has some super long stuff, and it's very long. Playlist. Cool. It also apparently goes really hard. Oh, come on, you're so close. Trying to do is get this, like... Oh... That's not gonna work because it goes in between there. That seems like a strong contender. Such a weird combination of... I like it. Okay, let's fix this thing. Okay, where would be... something like this, maybe? Or maybe work with a different green. Oh, that looks good. Look at that. It's kind of flowing over. I mean, this is like the intro video. Very anime opening. Oh, that hits. It hits pretty good. This is very main note, yeah. I agree. Right there. And let's get this last one right under that. Maybe I can finish that off, maybe? Okay, shout out Phase just got some main characters for Faust. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Man. Main villain vibe, yeah. This stuff definitely goes. I don't think I've actually ever tried any of the Fire Emblem games themselves. I hear a lot of different things about them, I guess. Kind of curious on how they would be. That's what the soundtrack is. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Look at that. That, right there, is like the perfect piece. And I bet you it's repeatable, too. As awkward as this sounds, this is very close to Armored Core. I can see it. Definitely seeing it require you to be in a certain mood to play something. Is there any longer ones? Not really. Jump on a different page, maybe? There you go. I'm gonna abuse this texture down here a bunch because I like it so much. Okay, so that shouldn't have... Could it just be something like this? Girls everywhere. My goodness. That's so, yeah, I'm saying. We're running into a bit of hardship on this one. Definitely learning that today, Josa. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with that one. Wander the school and do other stuff. Fishing in my video game. We need to do that for the bottom. Be kind of cool. Italy. What a fun word. Trying to make it so there's not such a contrast between these two tiles. But I don't really see how I can pull that off exactly because there's such a hard color. Even though it's really good. Really good to have. I think it's suffice to say I don't really like the options I have here. Hey, Kokojo. Yeah, I'm here, don't worry. Okay, that could work. Where's this piece? Before I lose my place. How are you doing, Kokojo? You're kind of struggling. Yeah, yep. I'm actually kind of in the same boat, but things are going a little bit better than I expected them to tonight, so it's always a good thing, I guess. Oh, come on, just fit. That works. It is. It's working out somehow, though. Like, you can definitely tell portions I've gotten done with. I feel that they're good. And I don't think it's as much as that it's complex as it's so specific to itself. Nice. Yeah, I've kind of resigned to it not being perfect. That worked out really well, actually. To it not being perfect. And for me to just try to get it to work where I can. There's also a lot of portions of this map that you just don't really see. Or that, like, from certain angles they look better than anything like this portion right here. I've gotten things right there. I don't know. I feel I'm really pretty comfortable with how this portion right here looks. And we're just kind of continuing on. Okay, so when you say AC, my mind immediately goes to Armored Core. It always has, and I think it always will. I know, like, Assassin's Creed is a much bigger series, but mine goes to Assassin's Creed. Hi, Twin. How you doing? That's funny. Yeah. Animal Crossing. Yeah, exactly. And there's Animal Crossing. Look at that. There's another challenger that enters the game. That's kind of funny. No, you are perfectly fine. No need to apologize in the slightest. That's very funny to me. Very funny to me. Okay. We are making progress. Very slow and weird and spotty progress, but we're making it nonetheless. I do kind of want to thank you. Well, not kind of. I do want to thank you guys. I did kind of start the stream off kind of talking about how I was feeling, and as we've gone through and just kind of shot the shit and just done, you know, the normal stream stuff that I do, I'm feeling better. And that makes me feel nice. So, thank you guys. Armored Core New... Hey, that actually sounds like a game that they would make. God, I hope we get a new Armored Core eventually. Armored Core, pay for your house. Ah, man. Good times. That transitions pretty well, actually. So weird thing. Well, let's see if the tonal shift happens again. Kind of. Very exciting. And I don't really care what they do with it. Nice. So Armored Core is weird. It is basically four different series. So I guess they all have the kind of the same premise, right? You are a mercenary and you get hired to do missions. You don't really ask questions. You just get hired to do a mission. And it's a self-contained level that you get sent to. And that's kind of where it stops being the same. Because in each different generation, so there's like the original PlayStation version, there's PlayStation 2, like the original, it's kind of where they started getting like expansions for their games. I'm actually just going to go with this one. I like that one the best already, and I'm just going to stick with it. And I'm just going to do the same thing, but better. Over here, maybe. So, Armored Core on the PlayStation had two expansions. One was Master the Arena, which to a good portion of is like the best game best Armored Core that's ever been made. Not in my opinion, but it is a held opinion. That because the first generation of the game is very fast, because A, it's on the PlayStation, and B, like it was very, I wouldn't really say it simple, but very bare bones, where it didn't get cut down by like frame rate or a bunch of other kind of things that happened, generation woes and whatnot. Like Armored Core 2 slowed the game down because it was a graphical update and was very close to story-wise to Armored Core 1, except it was happening on a different planet. It's very... Armored Core is very sci-fi in that we, obviously it's mechs and stuff, where basically we, instead, like, the big companies get so big that they are basically governments. So if you want to think of like Google and Amazon and all of those places as like, in this world, they're basically governments. Like, that's what the story is for these games. And so they basically what they end up doing is they end up ruining Earth. So they make it uninhabitable. And so they move on to Mars. They go and do a bunch of things, and then they kind of ended up ruining that one as well, which is super great. They kind of end up ruining Mars as well. So that's very fun. Okay, so I feel like I attempt to do this. The plot to Doom. I mean, what's that? They opened a portal to hell or something like that, and then all the demons kind of come out. That's Doom's plot. And then they do it again on Mars, right? Okay. Oh, they start on Mars and then move to Earth. Okay. I haven't played any of the new ones. I've only played Doom 2. Thank you. That's really nice. We can exploit hell for energy. Sounds like a great idea. But thank you very much, Louise. I appreciate that. It's definitely been a struggle. God created Space Mob. You find a dark. I feel like the shadow is on the side. And come back to this texture again, anyway. Okay. I think the next portion we'll work on is this right here. Torches and a chemist for the gun. This one gets really weird because Agrius is right here, and you're kind of like starting on the different sides. And the plan was to like not have to do this weird idea of trying to like join your parties together back here, but instead join them right here. Nice! Congrats, Jemza. That's awesome. So it was shifting like the position of... You're still split, but you can kind of have a point of no return on this portion right here, because you can only jump down. So you could like kind of jump from over here and go over there if you wanted to, but the only problem is that like Agrius is over here, right? So it didn't make much sense to go this way. Instead, this team kind of comes and curves around up here instead of over there. So, because I think there was a place in between before on this side, but I still like how it plays, and it definitely mixes things up enough that I think it was worth keeping the changes. Don't say your name so loud. Thanks, Julie. That's funny. The texture right here, I get so much use out of it. So now we're gonna try to see if we can get... No, because that's way too bright. This one could work. No. So the grass needs to blend in on the top. And it just doesn't on those. That's the same one. You've earned it, sir. You've earned your rest. The missing foot. Oh. Okay, so this one's definitely stone. Using a single texture. You know? Close to it. Oh, there we go. Not far from it. Okay, so this is actually... Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be... So, right now I have a version of all of these maps that are, like, unpolished, but working in-game, in the completed mod section of Final Fantasy Tactics on the forum. It's, like, in the completed mods portion. I'm going to be updating that one, that same one with the completed versions. I think this one's too tall to... Oh yeah, Oliver. He's right up there. Just hanging out. Yeah. More kitten. Actually, used to have a little bit of it, like right when I was starting stream. They used to play in the room that I was in, and so I would have the camera focused on there, and then they would adjust it when I switched. I did have a kitten invasion, but now they're all older and they hang out downstairs. I feel like that's the closest I'm gonna get. It's bothering me. I don't know what to do about it. Aw, thanks. Oh, goodness. Oh, uh-oh. I messed up. It's definitely not in this soundtrack, that's for sure. We're slowly but steadily getting things taken care of. Was that on page 2 there? Yeah, it is. I remember there being a really good texture over here. Except it doesn't work as well. And there isn't anything over there. Yeah, I was mentioning earlier too, like, just about the, bugs fixing and stuff that, for that issue where there's an extra override texture or something like that. So on some maps they use more than one mesh file, and then we just did a bunch of research. I'm sure you guys remember, it took me like 3 hours to do. I wonder if we'll ever figure that out. Or if we'll just continue to use the workaround. Okay, how do I do this one? You'd think that'd be the case. I don't think that's gonna help here too much, though. Unfortunately. A little bit too niche to get any help from a Google search. That's how I must. I have been corrected, I guess. One in the top left is probably the best. I'll even flip it. Oh. The heck did I do here? That's awkward. I've already played Vandal Hearts. The first map they were very interesting, don't you think? I actually have never played Vandal Hearts, Luis. Sorry. I think I changed the way I say your name every single time you come into stream. And I apologize for that. I've never played Vandal Hearts. I really should. I need to. It is definitely one of those games that I feel I do change the I can't help it. Okay. So I'm probably only gonna do this portion right here. I'm gonna try to get this right as well as I can, and then I'll probably cut stream for the night. Ravi or Jarvis. Jarvis. Yeah, at least it's just not Jarvis, which is completely wrong. It could be worse, Kokojo. It could be worse. Funny enough, well, a lot of these are just clean up with the palette and then just getting them get over, you bum. It's Fire Emblem Three Houses soundtrack. I think I need to do that more often. It lets me see more of the texture. Okay, just mess around with what you've got. It's kind of about, you know, trying to find once you do something like that, it's kind of hard to go for something else. I think that's the best I'm gonna get that. It looks pretty good. There. All those look pretty solid. So the biggest hurdle left is just this bridge. So, sorry I didn't pay attention to this chat for like 10 minutes, 3 minutes. But I think that's going to be enough for me today. I've been getting a little weary and tired lately, so, and it's been affecting my mood and a bunch of other stuff, so. Let's see if we can find somebody else to raid. Thanks for hanging out with my meandering with the textures on this one. I think we've got a lot of progress. I'm very happy with where things are going. And really happy just in general how we're progressing with a bunch of stuff. So let's see if there's anybody playing Final Fantasy Tactics. There's a Spanish streamer doing the randomizer, and there is a person doing any percent glitchless. So let's go ahead and let's raid the speedrunner. Why not? Well, Bunny Roo. Thank you. They are doing a speedrun of Final Fantasy Tactics, so if you're interested in anything like that, go ahead and say hi. If not, I will see you guys on Friday. Maybe. I might be going to a movie with my kid, so I don't know if there's going to be a stream on Friday. It's kind of up in the air right now. So, anyway, thank you again for hanging out and supporting me and all that stuff. Always kind to let you listen, to have you guys listen to me rant about random stuff. And I will talk to you all soon. Anyway, thanks again. Later.